There's so many drivers telling me, oh, I got 6. Oh, my SAP said I have 6. Look, your SAP cannot tell you how many follow-up drug tests you have. The FMCSA says that you have to have a minimum of 6 follow-up drug screens. You might have more. You're not going to have less. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Miss Jerry, and I own an education and recruitment agency where we talk about 2 things: truck driving jobs and information and education that's going to help you prepare for the future of transportation, keep your CDL, all of those things. Do me a favor and go ahead and hit that follow button right now. Basically, after you've completed the process with your SAP, after you have done the return to duty in step 5, you're now in step 6, which is the follow-up testing plan. This process must be done by an employer. If you are an owner-operator, you can do it if you have an active DOT number. Every drug test that you take from now on will be observed. That means that a member of the same sex has to be in there when you put the urine in the cup. Also, a couple of other things that I really probably can't say on here that you have to do in order to prove that you did not bring anything in the bathroom that is going to adulterate the specimen. I've seen SAPs say, 6 tests in the course of the next 12 months. I've seen some SAPs say 8 tests in year 1, 8 tests in year 2, and 8 tests in year 3. So it varies, and it's on a case-by-case situation. You will not know exactly how many tests that you are supposed to be taking. Here's my recommendation for anyone that is in step 6. Make sure that every test that you take on the donor pass that you take down to the lab, it needs to say follow-up testing as the reason for the test. It also will say observed. And when you leave the lab, after you've given your specimen, you're going to get a copy of the CCF form. CCF stands for chain of custody. So it's very important that you keep a copy of those things and the results if you can get a hold of those. But if you have the CCF form, if you have the donor pass, someone can be able to look that up to see that you actually did that test. Let me tell you why you need to keep those things. Because if you go to a company that does your return to duty and then they do like 3 drug screens for you, it's not updated in the Clearinghouse. You took a test on this day, a test on this day, and a test on this day. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to keep track of how many you've taken so that when you go to another company, that company will know exactly how many tests and will be able to go and see the results for the test that you've taken, and they can count towards that total number of tests that your SAP says that you have to take. If you have the proof that you did 3 tests at one company and 3 tests at another company and 3 tests at another company, if you leave those companies, that's a total of 9 tests. And if you go to that final company and that company sees, okay, he has proof that he's taken 9 tests, and I'm looking at his paperwork from his SAP and it says that he's got to take a total of 12 tests, then I can send him these last 3 and he's done with the follow-up testing plan. But if you don't have proof, you have to start over from the beginning. I don't know who needs to hear this message, but make sure you keep a copy of the donor pass, you keep a copy of the chain of custody form, and once you get the negative results, you keep a copy of the negative results.